United Nations. More than 100 countries defied President Donald Trump on Thursday and voted in favor of a United Nations General Assembly resolution calling for the United States to withdraw its decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Trump had threatened to cut off financial aid to countries that voted in favor. His warning did appear to have some impact, with 9 countries voting against the resolution and 35 abstaining. A total of 128 countries voted for the resolution. The U.S. vote in opposition was joined by countries including Guatemala, Nauru and Micronesia. Key abstentions came from Australia, Canada, Argentina and Romania. The United States will remember this day when it was singled out for attack in the General Assembly, Haley said at the United Nations podium ahead of the vote. We will remember it when so many countries come calling on us, as they often do, to pay even more. This vote will be remembered. The U.S. threat was repudiated by speakers from countries supporting the resolution, which says the status of Jerusalem must be resolved through negotiations. A similar resolution had 14 votes in favor in the 15-member Security Council last week, prompting Haley to exercise the first U.S. veto since 2011. We were all asked to vote no or face the consequences, Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu said before voting began. Some even threatened to cut development aid. This is bullying. It is unethical to think that the votes and dignity of member states are for sale. The debate follows Trump's December 6 announcement, which included a decision to begin moving the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem from Tel Aviv. The announcement prompted criticism across the Middle East and from key U.S. allies in Europe, who said it would harm efforts to foster Middle East peace. Palestinian officials said Trump's decision disqualified the U.S. from being a mediator in any Israel-Palestinian negotiations. Haley's threat carries weight because the U.S. is the largest contributor to UN operations. Based on a formula agreed to by member nations, the U.S. provides 28.5% of the $7.3 billion UN peacekeeping budget and 22% of the core budget of $2.7 billion. Haley walked out of the General Assembly soon after her speech, though members of the U.S. delegation remained behind, awaiting the vote. Except for Israel, which supports the U.S. position, most major U.S. allies opposed to Trump's decision stayed away from the podium on Thursday. Countries speaking in support of the measure included North Korea, Yemen, Turkey, Venezuela, Cuba, Syria, South Africa and Iran. Those nations also came under intense fire by Israeli Ambassador Danny Dyer. Those who support today's resolution are like puppets pulled by the strings of the Palestinian puppet masters, Dyer said. If this body were really united for peace, it would pass a resolution condemning Palestinian violence. Haley this week warned other countries against supporting the resolution, saying Trump has requested I report back on those countries who voted against us. Trump weighed in on the Jerusalem vote on Wednesday.